Person is dead after a single vehicle crash in Marietta last night. According to the Marietta Post of the Ohio State Highway Patrol, an investigation is underway for a fatal single vehicle crash that occurred at 8:34 p.m. last night. The crash occurred on Blue Knob Road near milepost 2 in Marietta. The crash involved a 1995 Toyota Camry operated by 18-year-old Jeremy Heiss of Marietta. The investigation found that Heiss was going southbound on Blue Knob Road when he traveled off the right side of the roadway and struck a tree. Heiss was transported to Marietta Memorial, where he was pronounced deceased. Alcohol and drugs are not expected to be a factor of the crash, and Heiss was found to be wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash. The crash currently remains under investigation at this time.